Hello everyone, this is ICO Talk. My name is Olga, and today I have two guests from ZABERCOIN, Juan Engelbrecht, CEO of the company, and June Engelbrecht, the analyst of the project. Hello June, hello Juan. Nice to see you.
Hello Olga.
Thank you for joining me today.
Hello Olga, hello listeners.
And my first question will be about the project. What is ZABERCOIN and what is the main idea behind it?
ZABERCOIN is an asset-backed cryptocurrency. ZABERCOIN has, from its inception, has a floor price. And the idea is to develop a decentralized blockchain-based property ledger and to develop a more cost-effective structure for decentralized open-source bookings, ecosystem for renting hotel rooms, private properties, and even accommodation similar to Airbnb. It's also, in our mission statement, we precisely emphasize that we would like ZABERCOIN to be the preferred real estate digital token by providing a competitive advantage to the investor by outstanding levels of professionalism, ethics, integrity, innovation and ambition in the global blockchain cryptocurrency real estate market environment.
Mm-hmm. There are a lot of cryptocurrencies nowadays, right? So your main advantages, main differences, maybe uniqueness of ZABERCOIN.
Yes, we feel that we are unique in the sense that our token will always have an intrinsic value. Reason being that it's asset-backed cryptocurrency. There will always be physical assets that back that cryptocurrency. The other reason that we feel that we stand out and that we are unique and innovative is the sense that we have a very dynamic and strong management team. We have vast experience on the cryptocurrency, also with IT, law, finance, business, asset management, etc. So we are well placed to serve as instruments for our potential investors to make sure that their investment is very safe with us and they can have peace of mind because they know their value will never be zero like some other cryptocurrency may be.
Olga, I would just like to, so I couldn't clearly hear the question, so I don't have mic on, but I more or less heard the question. I'd just like to add three things there. One is, I'm not mistaken, you're hosting this out of the United States, and the emphasis on emerging markets and potential growth, more specifically in Africa's properties market. We emphasize in our WhitePaper, which the readers and listeners can read up more on our website. The potential of growth going forward is tremendous. And in terms of blockchain technology, we hope to be the first cryptocurrency out there that can successfully implement a decentralized blockchain and ecosystem for transfers and a property ledger to take place all over the world. And lastly, I want to emphasize as well, I'm sure everybody in the cryptocurrency space have heard before Bitcoin can be a bubble. I guess we all have heard that.
Of course.
I don't want to open that debate. But I think we all believe in the blockchain technology. That's why we're sitting here. But being invested in a cryptocurrency like ZABERCOIN at the end of the day will give you that peace of mind, knowing there's a sustainable growth and development and a strong management team behind it.
Thank you. And can you say a little about the history of the project? When did you start it and with what? Did you have the idea to create something new in the cryptocurrency field, something special, or the idea was just forming in progress?
I think I'm going to give Juan the opportunity to respond on that because he was the innovator and he had the idea, the business venture, for this business venture. So Olga was asking, what is the history behind this project? How long in the past did it start, and what was your inspiration to start this ICO?
Thank you.
Well, one of our members on the management team as well, and Bram Creer, that does our PR and marketing mostly, the three of us got involved into cryptocurrency mining relatively early, and we pride ourselves that we're the largest, from what we know and can see in most of the pools, that we are the largest cryptocurrency miners in the Southern Hemisphere. So from being involved from the early start, I think that fueled our passion for this industry, and we actually wanted to start ZABERCOIN in June, July earlier this year, but we learned from the greatest advisors in the world, from Russia, London, the States, all over, that we weren't ready at that stage. So we continued developing ZABERCOIN and making sure it's as successful as it is now. Not only the idea behind it, but also making the world aware of what the potential can be.
Thank you. And will you say more specifically about these assets behind the ZABERCOIN? The assets.
Did you hear that?
What is the assets behind ZABERCOIN?
The assets behind.
Yeah, more specifically, more in detail.
My other partners and Rudy Goebel and Brian Golding are involved with me in the asset management business called the World Fund Managers. So I was fortunate enough to be groomed by them from an early stage, and they've got endless experience in the asset management game. Now, ZABERCOIN's assets will mainly be property in emerging market countries, where the yields are high and the potential is big. But being a nimble, small little fund, you can capitalize on a lot of opportunities all over the world. And that is why we set a cap on the what we aim to achieve with the fund, just so we can realize high returns for investors going forward. So to answer your question, it'll be mostly emerging market property, but it is an open mandate. We may invest in other businesses as well that are lucrative and where the returns can justify the risk.
I see. And talking about the ICO, I know it's opening just in a couple of days, right? The ICO.
Yes, it's the pre-sale starts on Friday, the 10th of November.
Yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. What are your goals for the ICO, and what is the hard cap? And why are you starting with pre-sale?
Yeah, we start with the pre-sale on the 10th, and that will be for from the 10th until the 25th of November. We also have a soft or hard cap of 50,000 USD.
50 million USD.
But I mean for the pre-sale.
Oh, on the pre-sale there's no soft cap.
There's no. I think perhaps Juan can just respond on the particular of the soft and the hard caps for the pre-sale as well as the public ICO.
Olga, would you mind rephrasing the question again? Sorry, I couldn't hear it initially.
Talking about the ICO, what are your goals for the ICO, and what is the hard cap?
For the whole ICO or just the pre-sale?
I'm sorry?
Yeah, she wants to know what is the goals for the pre-sale as well as the public ICO and the hard cap.
What is the goals for the ICO?
We have a few institutional investors that are very eager to get involved. Cryptocurrencies is very new, especially where we are based in South Africa. Not that this is a South African thing, but they are very eager to get involved, and this is a legal way for them to get involved. We've got the paperwork in place for South African institutional investors to get involved, as well as many others across the world. And this is a safer way just to get that foot in. We all see the returns. I read on medium.com the other day, the average return on an ICO is 4,500%. if that doesn't get your attention, nothing will. So for the pre-sale, you'll notice we are on Crowdfunder, Investment Network. We've got partnerships with Bank to the Future, IC Promo, and we're sitting next week. Rick is good friends with the CEO of Novare. They've got 240 billion, okay, that's rand, assets under management. And we're seeing them next week. They would like to get involved in the pre-sale, and there's a strong possibility that they may even take up the whole pre-sale.
Mm-hmm. And again, what is the hard cap? Again, please, the hard cap.
The hard cap is 50 million tokens, and that is equal to the value of 50 million USD dollars.
Sorry, excuse me. Sorry, I think we can't hear the question very clearly. It's 10 million tokens. Which is the Ethereum equivalent of 50 million US dollars. That is the hard cap. Mm-hmm. The soft cap is 250,000 US dollars.
Mm-hmm. And why do you need this particular sum? I mean, a few words about the roadmap.
Yes, we have made a thorough analysis about this sum, mm-hmm. and because we feel that the investors' interest, we have the investor focus in mind. From the start, we thought that amount, that sum, will be the correct sum to work with if we really want to follow and achieve our goal and our mission to be the preferred real estate digital token. But if it's less than that, we will also have a plan in mind. If we don't reach that specific cap.
Just to add on June's comment there, you'll notice, I think we all notice, most real estate funds out there, maybe REITs or whatever structure, hedge funds, whatever the case may be, they tend to be in billions of dollars in assets under management. They get difficult to achieve double-digit returns for investors. When you've got a small little nimble fund, and that's what we're trying to achieve, you can capitalize on smaller opportunities for higher returns for investors at the end of the day. And we've got a few very exciting projects which we elaborate more in detail on in the white paper. It's available in Russian, it's available in Chinese, as well as English, of course. It's not available in our local language, Afrikaans, unfortunately. But the average project we got there is between 10 and 40 million rand. That is the equivalent of, say, $1 million to $3 million US.
Mm-hmm. I see. And please, some details about the tokens. What are the key benefits for the investors?
Sorry, would you mind if June just repeats the question every time? I can't hear you.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
The key benefits of the token is basically what we already referred to, and that is that each token will have a value, intrinsic value, and that is usually not the case with many of the cryptocurrencies. So that is a very, very important advantage, competitive advantage that we have above all other or most other cryptocurrencies. The fact that it will be very cost effective if we compare it to fiat currency. It will also, as we mentioned, the very dynamic team we have to handle all the different facets or areas of business. And the ZABERCOIN is also, we are concentrating on properties, lucrative properties. We do our research and analysis very thoroughly before we make a decision to make sure that the investor will always be our focus. I think Juan can also add on the added advantages of ZABERCOIN.
I think most of the benefits we have discussed already. I'd just like to elaborate a bit more on the management team. You'll notice our lead property developer is Etienne Pretorius. That is a name that all listeners can go Google. He's twice a year he spends time with Richard Branson. Richard Branson is aware of our product, as well as Robert Kiyosaki is very aware of our product. Bram Pretorius is a great entrepreneur. It's a lead, heads our PR and marketing. He has been a co-speaker with Robert on one or two occasions. Then Brian Golding's been the CEO of Golding Stockbrokers for over 30 years. The experience that goes part of that, can't put that into words. And also how to elaborate the mere fact that there's no blockchain, crypto coin or token out there that has really capitalized on the real estate market. None. There's not one.
So you are unique, right? You're absolutely unique.
Real estate is the asset class.
Sorry, she was just asking that we are then therefore unique.
Correct. But I like to emphasize the fact that real estate is the asset class that made not only the best returns over time and outperformed other asset classes, but also made the most billionaires over time. Combining that with the technology, with blockchain technology, is definitely unique. And I recently read articles on Bloomberg that once a week there's a billionaire made in China just in the tech industry. And I think there's huge scope and demand for combining the blockchain technology with the most lucrative asset over time.
That's great, thank you. And what do you think about the ICO market in general, the future of ICO market in the world?
She was asking, what is the future? What do we think about the future of ICOs in the market? I'll just start off and then Juan will elaborate. We are very positive about ICOs. We think that ICOs are the means of crowdfunding of the future, and it's a much more cost-effective and quicker way to raise funds, much less regulations, but also very, very effective and modern. And I think over a period of time, ICOs will also then take over the ordinary IPOs and it will change business and finance completely in future.
I think, yeah, just to add on what June just said, it's just more seamless, there's less regulators involved, and there's lots more over cross-border transactions. It's a lot more convenient and less legal paperwork raising funds than via your standard IPO.
Thank you. And just in brief, to sum up in 1 or 2 sentences, why should I invest in ZABERCOIN?
I will just start and then I'll just repeat the question, why should we invest in ZABERCOIN?
Yes, just in brief.
In brief, yeah. It is because, firstly, intrinsic value that many other cryptocurrencies does not provide. Secondly, we have a very attractive bonus structure available, and you will see it on our website for potential investors. We also want to attract institutional investors, but also individual and retail investors. And obviously, we go back to our dynamic management team that will always look after the interests of our investors. I think Juan can perhaps just close by that after that statement.
The uniqueness of the token.
Yeah, why should somebody invest in?
So I couldn't hear the question. Not every investor has the stomach for Bitcoin and Ethereum, having runs from $600 to $3,000 and back to $1,000. I think ZABERCOIN will definitely be a more stable coin out there in the market. And also, if you have a look at what Amazon has achieved from 1997, what Tencent has achieved, this is tech companies that have outperformed the normal S&P, JSE, and every other market out there. And I believe ZABERCOIN has the same potential once we deploy a proper ledger, ecosystem, a decentralized blockchain technology out there for the market to capitalize on.
Thank you very much, Juan and June, for the interview and for your time.
Thank you very much, Olga. We appreciate your interest in ZABERCOIN.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And I remind you that today my guests were June and Juan Engelbrecht from ZABERCOIN. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.